welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on another great Saturday in the studios, talking a little real estate. The weather's changing. Beautiful the last couple days. Excited to be with you guys. We've got a great show for you and hope everybody's doing great on this wonderful weekend. Show, we're going to talk about a big advantage if you're thinking about selling this spring. Why now is the time that you want to sell. The advantages, kind of where we're at in the market. A lot of news in the real estate industry. So much going on. So we'll get into that. Second half of the show, we got a really great show. And this, you may take this for granted. A lot of people have bought and sold homes over the years. And we're going to talk about the second half. What's closing cost? What's an appraisal? What's the inspection? What's the difference? And what are we seeing in today's market as we move forward, as the market changes, and how that can impact your purchase in 2023. So thank you for staying tuned. As always, my name is Ryan Coleman, founder, owner of Hometown Realty, and we do this show every weekend called Real Estate with Ryan, where we keep you up to date with East Tennessee's real estate news. No politics, just fun stuff, real estate, and always a great time spending time with you guys on the radio. And if you happen to tune in a little late or catch us at a ball game, which I know the weekends are hectic because I'm right there with you, don't worry, we've got you covered. You can check us out on News Talk at 98.7 at 1 o'clock, Talk Radio 92.3 FM at 11 a.m. We're streaming on both of the apps, so make sure you check that and download it so you don't miss an episode of Real Estate with Ryan. And then we've got you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We've got it saved there for you in case you missed the show. Google, iTunes, Spotify, and anything else you can think of, we're probably there. So we've got you covered on the social media land. And as always, thank everybody for following us. It means the world. So last weekend was a busy weekend. I know you guys were busy. I saw a lot of you guys out at Vol Village. 53,000 people. Strong. What a beautiful day. A lot of energy down at the stadium. Again, thank everybody for coming by. Thanks to the winners. We kind of gave we had some extra Hendon Hooker footballs and some helmets and some different stuff and some swag we had left over, of course, from the upcoming NFL draft. And guess who popped up at halftime? Hendon, man. That was awesome. I didn't know he was going to be there. And he came out at halftime along with some other VFLs and just great energy down there. Watching the football team. It was the first orange and white game in several years. It was really exciting event just to see so many people and a lot different turnout from what we see during the fall. So make sure you follow us. I know we do a lot of stuff with university and things like that, but we've got some exciting stuff as we approach the summer and fall season. Before you know it, summer is going to blink and we're going to be here. And you know what time it is then. Oh, it's football time and it's right around the corner. And we have an exciting year this year and a lot of stuff, cool stuff that we're going to start way earlier. So all you got to do is like our channels, all our Facebook, Instagram, and just like and follow. And we'll keep you up to date with all our giveaways and fun stuff that we're going to do throughout the year. All right, let's talk about real estate. But before we get going, we got to thank our lovely and great clients that we're working with now and have some congrats. So we got some new listings. Joyner Hollow Road, 1511 Joyner Hollow Road, great new property that was just listed. We got another property on St. John's Drive in Dandridge. Make sure you check that property out. 570 Flamingo Circle in Townsend, new listing. And then Highway 131, so 10876. Highway 131, brand new listing. Make sure you check those out. And of course, they're all on ryancoleman.org. Those and so many other sites that you can check out. Start your new search. Don't worry, we've got you covered at ryancoleman.org and so much more there. Some pendings. As you know, the market's heating up. It's springtime. Watauga Avenue's under contract. Congrats. Jones Cove Road under contract. Multiple offers. Burton Newman, congrats, under contract. 512 Delmar Court in Townsend. A couple days on the market. Marketing went to work. Now it's sold. 32 acres out in Jefferson County. Congrats. Some land that we're helping some great buyers from California. And they're excited to do some homesteading. So excited for them in their journey. And then a new house, single family in Loudon. Congrats for a first-time buyer and her fiance. So excited about that. Congrats to Ponderosa Drive and Snyder Road closing out. So those are our congrats. Thank you guys so much. And let's talk about the spring market. With interest rates climbing today, obviously, where some lenders are above 7%. We've got the rates out today from a credit union, a lot better than most places, and we've got interest rates at Let's see. So we got a 30-year, 6.25, and that's for 30-year as of today on today's rate. So they could change daily, but a 6.25 30-year and a 5.5 15-year. All right. So they're up a little bit, and we've seen them down. Of course, that's kind of correlated with the real estate market. And as the rates go up, obviously, that affects some people in the market that's thinking about buying and selling. I had one great client that we were chatting with, and so we had so many people in the marketplace that last couple of years have had really good interest rates. Some have been 2.75. I've heard 2.5, somewhere in the threes. So what's going to make you this year get rid of that 2.5 to 3% rate and maybe come up to 6.5, 6.25? A lot of factors are coming into play. And some great clients that we helped this week say, hey, Ryan, we're going to need to go ahead and sell for a combination of reasons. And right now, we're still seeing, the market doing really well. I say you're right. If you're thinking about selling now, the spring is a perfect time. And the big question is whether to finally start seeing the spring actually kind of increase in the inventory. And we really haven't seen that. That's the funny thing. It's because the listings actually fell to a new low last week for 2023. The National Association of Realtors confirms today that the housing market is low by looking at the months of supply of homes that's on the market. In a balanced market, about 6 months supply is needed. And anything lower is a seller's market. And we've been below that for some time. And today's number is much lower than that. We're at 2.6. Total housing inventory registered by the end of February was 980,000 units. It's identical to January, which is up 15.3% from a year ago at 850,000. As I said, 2.6 months supply of current homes at this pace, down 10.3% from January, but up 1.7 months since February. So if you've kind of been following the real estate market, January and February was a little bit sluggish, right? But we're looking year over year, and of course, you listen to the news, the doom and gloom. Our inventory is low, and I've been preaching this for a while. We've been talking about this for over a year, that in order for the prices to dramatically change a lot, we've got to increase inventory. And so what we're seeing here in the spring, yes, we're seeing opportunities. And two great clients we just put under contract this week, purchasers. And that inventory has given us an opportunity to actually put homes under contract. If we go a year ago, certain times in the market where it was very, very difficult. We had 4, 5, 6 offers. But now you're having a little bit of an opportunity not only to look at the property, but actually come home. I laugh. I say actually come home and think about it, right? Before you had to make a decision right on the spot, and then you're waiving inspections, and then, all these different things that the sellers had the opportunity to select from all the offers. We're seeing the out-of-state market slow down some, but still a strong push across the country. They're relocating to our area. So those are things to see. But why now is an opportunity? Because I think it's going to be where the next couple of years, we know next year goes into an election year. And there's always something going on in an election year. You guys know it. You've seen it the last 8 years or 12 years. And so right now is an opportunity where people are still relocating. Inventory's low. Sellers have a great opportunity, and we're maximizing your home's value in today's market. Who knows what that's going to be in 2024? And the opportunity interest rates, although they went up a little bit, as you can see, whether you do an adjustable rate mortgage fixed for 7 years, you do the 15-year mortgage, and a lot of lenders that have come out, which is kind of cool, that they've added an adjustable deal where they'll just refinance if the rates change in the next couple of years. So waiting in today's market really doesn't make sense. This isn't a very important thing, and we'll get into the second half of the show. But as the news comes out in May 1, we talk about the mortgage industry. Our great government, Fannie Mae, not part of the government, but they're kind of close buds, said that if you have a credit score of 620 or below, you're going to have a 1.75 discount. But if you have a credit score of 740 and above, you're going to pay a fee. You heard me right. So if your score is lower, you're going to get a discount of 1.75 on your mortgage. But if you pay on time and have a great credit score, you're going to pay a fee. So that's come out today in May. So that's part of the administration's plan here. I'm not sure what that plan is, but that's what's out today. So how is that going to affect you guys purchasing? How are we going to see that progressing in 2024? See, why the spring is a perfect time to sell, because right now there's an opportunity for buyers to make moves, and they're making moves in record fashion. Hey, stay with us. We got so much more Real Estate with Ryan on the second half.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, we're back at it. Second half, Real Estate with Ryan. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you didn't catch me in the first half, we're talking about what's the big advantage of selling this spring? Why is all the noise, Ryan, about selling the spring? Why all the noise is because the inventory is probably at the lowest level we're ever going to see in a long time. Last couple of years, we set a lot of records. And right now we're at 2.6 months of inventory. It's an opportunity that if you're going to get the most money for your home, right now is it. And as buyers are seeing the interest rates go up just a tad, there's opportunities. There's deals out here, more inventory that's going to come to the market, means more selection. As I mentioned in the first half of the show, had 2 great buyers that we put under contract. And we would have had a really hard time last year. We'd have worked for months and months, and we were able to do that in pretty record form and very happy results. Negotiation came out pretty well. So, there's a lot of things that we're seeing in the spring market as we go into next year, election year. So much going on. Talking about election year, we're talking about the first half of the show. So May 1, we're talking about the bank's new fee schedule. And as I was saying in the first half of the show, and you may have heard me right, so I'll say it again, and you probably will see this in the news as well. So the government, which is not Fannie Mae, but yet, they're kind of like real buds, right? Buddy, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And they're coming out on May 1, where new mortgage fee structures means that if you go and apply for a loan and you get a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan, but let's just say Fannie Mae to use this as an example, and your score is around 620, that you're going to have a fee discount of 1.75%. So $100,000 loan amount, 1.75 off your interest rate. So they go off the percentage of your loan amount. So that could be a $1,750 discount right off the get-go. All right. Now, if your credit score is above 740, you may have to pay $1,000 to obtain that interest rate. Does it really sound fair? Does it really make sense? But that is the world we're living in right now, guys. It's strange. It's crazy. A whole lot of stuff's going on. But you can see how that would tie to the real estate market. So a lot more buyers are going to come into the marketplace because they're getting discounts. So at this point, maybe this is a hedge on inflation. Maybe we're trying to get more activity in the market. I'm not really sure what they're thinking. Neither are you. Don't laugh. I know you're thinking the same thing. But what does this do with the inventory that we're already lower at? So we got 2.6 months, 6 months of supply, right? Average market is 6 months of inventory. That's a really healthy market. We haven't seen that for years. And so with the interest rates being a little bit higher than we've seen, now we're getting a discount on a certain group of buyers that are going to maybe not even be in the marketplace, but now they're in the marketplace. So could we see the rest of the part of the year actually watch inventory go down further? We could. Could we start getting into price wars? We could. because this may offset some of the interest rates. Some of this reduction, 1.75, for example, what could that do? Could they be buying down interest rates? They could use that credit to purchase a lower interest rate in today's market options. What does that do to the buyer that has higher credit score, that wants the best pricing because they paid their bills over a period of time, strong credit? Guess what? Do they pull out the marketplace? There's going to be a lot of shopping, a lot of news going around. Does this decrease Fannie Mae loans? Are we looking more to our community banks, our TVA, the rates that I gave you in the first half of the show from our credit union, TVA? All right, really good interest rates. I mean, we're not going to get into that paying a point fee. So I think a lot of selections that we're going to use in today's market are going to come down to what? Come down to the agent that you choose too. Okay, you're going to need teamwork. We're big on teamwork here. You need teamwork, right advice, right guidance to kind of navigate the 2023 market. I tell you, I already knew it from the year as we started in January. I told my team it's going to be a wild year. It's going to be a wild year. You can just kind of feel it. I've been doing it 24 years. You just kind of see what's going on. You kind of see the vibe from the lenders, from the appraisals, just kind of everything that's going on. And you just say, it's just going to be one of those years. And just today, all of a sudden, I saw that come across and I wanted to share it with you. I mean, nothing to get upset about. That's just kind of where we're at. But know there's options in today's market. Just because Fannie Mae's doing that doesn't mean FHA's doing it, VA's doing it. Your credit unions, they don't have those options. So there's a lot of selection out there. Let's talk about inventory, why the spring market's important. And of course, we've talked about it in the first half, but the importance of having your home on the market today will hopefully be in any market that you sell in, that if we can get more than one offer on your home, hopefully that gets to a bidding war. Now, if you're a buyer, you want to walk away from a bidding war if you can. But when there's limited selection out there, sometimes it happens. We got into a bidding war, one that we just did out in Loudon. It was the craziest thing. It was priced a little bit below market, right? And I won't get into a long story time, but we had to do the inspection before we even got the offer accepted. House needed a little bit of work. Was only doing a conventional loan, but my buyers really wanted this house. They were super excited, and guess what? We got it done. Got it at the price we wanted, and we beat out a whole lot of our other buyers. So in this crazy market that we're dealing, sometimes we got to do things unconventionally, and we're doing that. And they listen to us. We work together, and they're super excited. So super proud for them. But what do we do in the seller's market when it's a frenzy of a couple years ago, where buyers are really working on the greatest curb appeal? They're well-priced homes in today's market with great curb appeal, desirable areas are still receiving multiple offers and selling for over asking price in multiple areas of the country. This spring especially, sellers to make their home most attractive as possible, to appeal to many buyers as possible. So what are we going to do in the marketplace and get your home ready? We always talk about curb appeals, everything. You got to have the right presentation, right? Springtime's out. I saw the flowers out. I know we had a couple clients that are coming in the market in Fountain City. Super excited. We got it pressure washed, signs going out, did a little trimming, did a little mulching, and they're going to be ready to go with success. I think this is why we love the spring market, because so much is going on, and the pictures, they look the best, don't they? They're really shining. And I think, 87% of our marketing starts online, right? So we've got to have the best presentation, because, if they won't go pull it up on the internet and then call for more information, more than likely that curb appeal has changed. It's transitioned to the internet, hasn't it? Curb appeal used to be, we just drive by and go take a look at it. But the drive-bys now are online. A lot of that, information is online. So it's presentation online, which we specialize on, having the right digital perspective, having the right walkthroughs and information that give to the consumer, and reaching buyers all across the country. That's what we specialize over here. I mean, it's getting the most money for your home, shortest time, and reaching those buyers across the country that want to see it, but putting in the best presentation online. So then we do all this and say, Ryan, we find our forever home and we battle through this, as you say, this crazy market in 2023. I still want to know, we'll go back to our buyer over in Loudoun that we did this year. So what does all this closing cost? We got fees. Ryan, I expected a little bit about closing costs, but I was kind of shocked to see $8,000 in closing cost. And those are very good questions. And I know a lot of you owned properties before, but you probably do it a couple times over your lifetime. And we do it all the time. And so therefore we take granted some of these simple things. So I just want to go over what some closing costs are, what to expect, especially with the new mortgage regulations coming out, and things to think about on your next purchase. So closing costs are simple. They got government recording fees. The government, they got to get some money. Appraisal fees. So the bank's going to order independent appraisal to make sure the home's worth what you're paying. Credit report fees. Lender origination fees. And depending in today's market, you're going to have points or discount points. And there's something called a yield spread. So, just kind of tip of the trade. If you're dealing with a lender, they're not going to tell you the yield spread. That's the difference between the rate you're getting and the APR. But you can usually see between the APR and the rate that you're getting if there are any kind of hidden cost on the back end. So you always want to make sure we're shopping and get the best rates. But then any points on front end, they're on your good faith disclosure there. Title services. You're going to get a title company, probably get owner's title insurance, we recommend. You're going to have settlement fees. That's going to be part of it. Survey. Sometimes the survey is important. Underwriting fees. If you're going to get a loan, go ahead and expect taxes and insurance. And a lot of them are going to keep those for 6 months. And then kind of go through appraisals and inspections. All those kind of come in together. Appraisal is going to represent the bank. Inspection is going to be a private inspection. Make sure that the home roof's not leaking, HVAC's not going bad, no termite damage, radon, things like that. So those are why it's important. Hope you've enjoyed this show. Always love being with you. Always goes quicker than expected. If you need us, 693-SOLD, or visit me at ryancoleman.org. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.